Hey everyone, and welcome to Space Lion, a battlefield management dueling game for 2 to 5 players, created by Solus Game Studios. We're here to show you a demo today, and we're now on Kickstarter, and so we figure we show everyone a little bit about what the game's like. With us, I'm Crows, and with us is Chris
What's up?
and Viddy,
Hello.
and we're all part of Solus Game Studio, here to show off a little bit of the game.
Yeah, so this is a dueling game, but the whole thing about it is it's multiplayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's battlefields that are between your neighbors only, and a huge free for all zone in the middle. And we're each gonna pick a different army. Armies are super asymmetrical. Last army standing wins. So,
Yep.
Crows, you want to choose your army first?
Yes, I do. There's 5 armies for me to choose from. We got the Kudzu, the Vassus, the Leon army, the Castell, and the Enahira army. And they each have their own different unique types and whatnot. But I'm going to go with the Kudzu, the plant army that are just all about growing all over the battlefield, just making a mess of things.
Just like my interest rates on my loan.
So true, so true. Viddy, you
Okay.
want to choose your army next?
Yeah. I'm really split. I'm always split between Vacus and the Castell, but I think I'll do Castell still.
Yeah. So also, this build is very different from the one we played at Gen Con.
Oh,
I actually,
really?
I actually overhauled
Yeah,
the whole game.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll
yeah.
I'll give a light teach here, but for anyone watching and wants to really get in-depth rules, the Kickstarter page has the rule book, um, and also this mod, so you can jump in and try it yourself. So I'm gonna play the Vacus army, right? No, actually I'm playing Leon.
Ooh,
All right, we're
the,
going.
the Space Cowboys.
Yeah. All right. So cards populate. So I'll give a quick rundown of how this works. These spaces are our towers. They represent a hit point and also a battlefield. So basically, Crows and I will be fighting over here, right? Right. I'll be fighting only Viddy here, Viddy versus Crows over here, and all three of us here. We'll be allocating cards to these spaces to fight. Highest strength in the lane, in the battlefield at a certain point, will win and deal damage. If you take damage, the tower blows up. The next time you take damage, you lose a hit point. All right. So
And we go until all of our hit points are gone.
yeah, it's played in rounds. So a round will each take turns deploying units. Um, and then at the end of the round, the battle happens. A game is about 3 to 4 rounds, depending on how it goes down. Um, I'm going to go first, just for the sake of explaining my turn as I take it. The first thing everyone's going to do is pick up your basic units here, put them on your
Hmm.
hand. You should have 7.
Now, what about these yellow units?
These yellow units are lions. So basically, you're going to choose one of them and upgrade the card in your hand. So if I chose this guy, he's a 6. I would take out my 6 and replace it with the mega version. I'm going to choose Gibby and get a better. Instead of Marine, I have Gibby, right? So like basically, the red cards are my units. The yellow card is the named guy who's leading the army this time. And this time for me, it's Gibby. The rest, go away.
What does Gibby do that's different than the main unit?
I'll get into specifics about that once I explain the little more rules because they're
Okay,
very powerful. So everyone choose one,
cool. Well,
okay?
I'm gonna choose Mr. Oops right here because I mean that name. Who doesn't like Mr. Oops?
Of course. I chose Malik.
Okay, great. We'll go over their effects shortly, but you can put those cards into your hand, right? The other cards I'm going to just put away. Okay,
You could throw them off the table if we wanted to.
all right. Well, you guys can. I actually will not because I have effects that use them. Um, anyways, the flow of the game. You're gonna choose one card. It's your turn. When it's your turn, you're gonna choose one card from your hand and deploy it into a battlefield face down. Then you may plant a card. If you plant a card, that means you put it face up on your board and you either do the effect on your board, or if that card has a planning effect, you do that instead. You must deploy a unit or pass. You may plan. So basically, I'm taking 1 to 2 cards out of my hand per turn, then I pass. And we'll do this in a circle multiple times until we have each deployed 4 units or passed. And that's the turn structure. So to go first, what I will do is I'm going to put this card face down. So I put it here. Only Crows has to worry about this card.
And I'm worrying.
Right. So in our hands, by the way, everyone's army has strength 0 through 6. This is always true. So, eventually they might get some information on my cards, and that will help them deduce what units might be on the battlefield. This is really important, and you'll see it play out shortly. Anyways, I deployed 1 unit, chose not to plan this round, then I passed clockwise to Vidi.
Counter clockwise?
No, clockwise.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm dumb.
Yeah,
Alright,
It's all good.
so when you plan something, it just gets exhausted, right? And it counts as an exhausted unit?
Correct.
yes.
Okay. I need to understand what I'm doing. So I placed decrees into a deck on my player board. Oh, so this is like 5 cards here.
Yeah, these mini cards replace
Can I
the
look at
flags from
them
the last
at
time.
all times, or are they like shuffled?
You can look at them at all times. So our armies do like super different things. We'll just jump right into it. Her army plays these decrees, and anytime there's a tie, she gets to deploy the decree into that battlefield, and now there's a new rule for that battlefield. So
Okay.
you're gonna be putting these things there and be super annoying with all these rules in that battlefield.
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess you could say those decrees just end up lying around.
Where's the kick button? Let's see.
All right. I'm already thinking too much. Lead is when you play something face up.
Yeah, let's talk about that actually. So I'll put this card down real quick, and I'll zoom in to show you guys. Um, there are 3 different types of effects. Your leader has at least 2 of them. There's a battle effect. When we choose to resolve a battle, and the cards are already flipped, you have a chance to use this effect before we check for strength. So that comes later. Lead means if you deploy this card face up, you get that bonus effect. So if I deployed Gibby here, I would get his lead effect by showing you all what he is instead of putting him face down.
Okay.
Right. Plan means if I put him here, instead of doing what's on my board, I'm doing what it says on the card.
Okay.
So basically, lead or plan, or neither of those, but I keep it hidden.
Okay. I'm catching on. Okay. I will deploy here.
All right.
Okay.
Would you like to plan a card?
I don't know.
It's fine. You don't have to. And the armies, the way they plan is super different, and yours in general doesn't really want to do it like all the time. Crow's army wants to do it all the time, so you'll see how it's a little different. So there's nothing wrong with just playing a card and passing.
Okay, I do want to. I'm gonna plan this. I'm gonna place a decree. I'm going to place the presence decree here in the middle.
What's the decree do?
It says the first card played here by an enemy player must be played face up.
Ooh.
Yeah. So normally your army gets a decree when there's a clash, which is a tie. So the more ties there are, the more decrees will be. But your hero, at the cost of spending the 6, lets you place a decree just straight up. So that's this whole thing. You
Right.
get to play that right away. All right, Crows, you're up.
All right. Well then, I'm just gonna plop down one of my plant cards right over here to match Vidi's little
I
attack on
see, I
me.
see.
And you wanna know what? I'm not gonna plan anything this turn. So Chris, it is your go.
Okay. So I'm gonna play this guy face up. Um, one because I have to, and two because I want to use his lead ability. These are reminder tokens, so I'm just putting this here so you know I played him face up, right? Because he has an ongoing effect. Whenever one or more non-marine units are deployed into this battlefield, I can deploy a marine. So that's one of the things that my faction can do. I can get this, and that's one extra power that lasts just this round. So the more cards get played here, the more marines I'm going to get. I'm also going to use my planning effect of playing this and using the one on my board, which is, plan a card, get 2 marines. So I'm going to put a marine here, which actually I'll put him over here on the crow zone. So that's 2 extra power, and then a hidden card. I'm done.
Fair.
Okay. Um, I am going to deploy here, and I will plan this guy to play my Lion's Decree here.
Okay. So that is +1 power.
Yeah.
Alright, is it my go?
Yep.
Okay. Well then. I'm gonna take a look at what this Gibby does. To make sure I'm not going crazy here. Okay, cool, cool.
So even though he's face up, that battle effect's going to happen like either way. So when we fight, that's a choice I'll have to make. So he can like
Um,
dip.
because Vidi played that card in the middle, don't you get a soldier up there?
Oh yeah, I did. Thank you.
Yes,
Let's
you
go.
do. That's why I wanted to make sure of. Coolness. Well, I'm not liking that at all, so you guys can just go deal with that whole mess. And I'm gonna go place a card right over here. Because I don't trust Chris.
That's
Not at
against the
all.
rules. That's illegal.
Oh, is it now? Is that how we play things? Well, I believe I'm going to also decide to plan a card, and that means I get 2 of these Kudzu tokens. So that means I get to play them wherever I want to. But they have to be in my lanes for now, right?
Yeah, and your battlefields. Yeah.
Yes, in my battlefields.
And they
Because
also have to
there's
be
a...
they have to be deployed in the same battlefield. That's just what. Yeah, that's their effect.
Yes.
So unlike my tokens only last 1 turn, so they're gonna go away. These guys root themselves, and they will stay there until he loses a battle. So if you know, it can get out of control if we don't make sure he loses a battle here and there.
Just getting to the root of the problem over here.
Oh my
But Chris,
goodness.
it's your go.
All right. All right. How obnoxious do I want to be? Let's see. Um. All right. I'm gonna deploy this face up to get its lead effect. I deployed a non-marine unit, so I get 1 more. Right. And I get to look down at a face-down card and return it to its original position. Um,
Oh.
so only I get to look at it, which so I'm not gonna flip the card obnoxiously like I'm. All right, so I've looked at this. I know what that is. Um,
How dare.
and,
How
and I'm
dare.
done.
Interesting. Okay.
So, Chris, how do you feel about that?
Hey, don't talk to me, okay? There's
Hmm.
some really rude ones like Energia has one that just flips it face up, and that's different than me looking at it only, right?
I'm thinking. I'm gonna deploy here.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, Crows, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to put another card right here.
Oh, crows.
We're all friends here.
Get out of there,
And
man.
I think I like it there. I think he wanted to go there. But, yeah, I'm going to pass to Chris.
Yeah, okay. So I'm about to play my 4th unit, and then I'm done for this round before we fight. I'm just going to finish describing my faction. I already showed you these tokens, right? I also have a nuke card, right? This card is a battle effect, and I can choose to just destroy everything there, exhaust them, and force a tie once per game. So like a nope out of 1 battle. I can also promote my units, which other armies can't do, which I'm going to show you right now. First, I'm going to plan War Hero. I discard my 4 to recover one of my exhausted units. I get back my 0, lol. Right? And then I play this 0 face up with its lead effect, which lets me promote a card. So I'm going to get a
Rude.
card and get the better version and replace it. So I'm going to do that now. Right? And basically, I'm the only army that can cheese having 2 lions out. But I also put a fat 0 face up here. Right? So I basically, I'm like, yeah, I think I'll lose here so I can get an extra hero. But also if you know you're going to win, I could have put it here or here, but I think I know what this is. So we'll see what's going to go down. All right, I'm done until battle begins.
Okay, so I can deploy a 4th card and then I get to plan. Will I get another chance to plan?
No, this is your last chance to plan.
And I can only plan 1 card.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, each time. So yeah, technically you can plan up to 4 cards per round, but right now 1 and 1.
Wait, so I could plan more than 1 card or no?
Not right now,
Okay.
but over the course of a round.
Okay, yeah. Crows, you really have made things bad for me, you know what I'm saying?
Don't hate the plant, hate the game.
Whatever. I'm gonna plan this. I'm gonna recover an exhausted unit.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this guy. And then I'm gonna deploy here.
Wow, that's rude. Okay. All right, Crows, play your last card.
Well, what I am going to do is, let's just think of what's happening around. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, plan. Oh, come on, you stupid card. Yep. I'm going to plan this, my mushroom, and thus get 2 more Kudzu tokens that I could place in any of my battlefields. And I think I'm going to place them right here. Because it's funny. Don't you think so, Chris?
Yeah.
And you want to know, just for funsies, we're just going to play a card right in the middle. And I'm done.
Alright, so that's everyone, right?
Yeah. So, all right. So now battle's about to begin. All cards flip face up. All right, let's do it. This guy's about to go to town. All right, so I have the lion token, and I get to choose the order battles happen. So I have an
Well,
advantage here.
also, don't we get to pull all of our exhausted cards back to our hand?
Correct. So any card right now on your board goes to your hand. Right. So the cards we planned, you basically get them back right away, and you don't have them for that battle. But any card that gets exhausted right here, we won't have for next round. All right. So wow. Let me think. When did this happen? Like,
Um,
okay, we'll do this one. Actually, okay, this ended up being like a perfect teaching situation. So we'll do this one here first. Right. All right. So in order from the lion token, we have a chance to use our battle effects. I'll look at my card. I don't have a battle effect, but if I did, now would be the time to resolve them. Because I have the token, it would have happened before yours. Then it goes clockwise from there. So now it goes to you. You don't have any battle effects either, but you would have a chance to use them now, right?
right.
All right. Now we
Oh,
check
this is
strength.
only face up. I missed that.
That was free too. You could have just played it.
I missed that it was face up. That's my bad.
Oh man,
Okay.
I could have been devastated, right? Um. Anyways, now we check total strength. I have 0. You have 8. So 6, 1, 1. Right? Sweet, you win. So my tower blows up. The next time I take damage here, I'll lose it from my base. Then we clean up the battlefield. Any card that's by itself goes to its owner's hand, and cards in a group get exhausted. So that's like the cost for putting them in a group. So Malik's, he's taking a chill pill for a bit,
For
and
now.
he won't be in the next battle.
Also,
All
it's
right.
public knowledge now that so we can actually know that for the next round that she's out the 1 and her 6.
Yeah, it's super important to like see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll do this one. I have a battle effect. Enemy units in this lane become limited. So regardless of it being solo, it's gonna destroy them.
Wait. Sorry.
Go ahead.
If I win, I get to place a decree in any battlefield.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can do that now.
Uh,
Yeah, you can be super annoying and put these in battlefields you're not even part of.
yeah. There's really a lot going on. Let me tell you. I think it's battle effects are clockwise from the lion token.
Mhm.
Okay. I think I'm gonna put this here. Okay.
Okay. Now we'll go here. All enemy units here will be exhausted. Crows, you have an effect that if enemy units with 5 or more become 0 when you make plants. I don't have that.
Correct.
So we check strength. This is a tie.
Yes, it is.
When there's a tie, there is no damage dealt to either player. Then we clean up like normal. My card goes to my hand.
But they
My
become limited, I thought.
yours become limited. This is enemy units become limited.
Oh.
Yeah.
But do
So
my
that guy,
Kudzu tokens stay?
no, they are limited. They go away.
Oh,
Sorry, they
sad.
got trade. But otherwise, if it was like literally any card in my army, that would have been dealt with. But no damage. All right, now let's do the middle. All right. I have a battle effect. I can move to an unresolved lane. I already resolved them, so I'm just gonna stay. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Could you, if
All right.
you wanted to, move to this lane?
I can't. I'm not part of that battlefield.
Okay.
So I can only go to my 3. Basically, your battlefields are only 3 ever, unless you have special rules that let you break it.
Okay.
Like any Crows has some nonsense like that too, but it's an exception. All effects are local too. So if it says like deploy a unit, it always means into that battlefield, unless it says otherwise.
Okay.
All right. So a lot versus 5 versus 2. So you guys take damage, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pick up your cards. My 2 cards are exhausted because they're in a group.
You know, I
So
would pick up my card, Chris, but my card actually has an effect called Persistent. It stays in the battlefield between rounds.
yeah, so he's just gonna chill there and
Yes, he
be
is.
annoying. All right, now we'll do the last one over here. I'll let you guys resolve this.
Okay.
So once per round, I can move this to an unresolved battlefield. I don't think that I will.
Okay.
Correct. So currently you have your decree out. The first enemy battle effect is negated. And
Yeah.
currently there's only one battle effect, which is my Kudzu Gardener for deploying 3 tokens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, can't exactly do that because your thing.
Yeah, you really thought, huh?
I did. I really did. But my 6 unfortunately gets negative by 2 for every exhausted card I control. And thanks to Chris, there's 1 exhausted card, so my 6 is now down to 4.
Nice. Okay, so I lose here?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
But units in this battlefield are persistent.
Did you play it face up?
I think I did. Did I?
I don't think you did.
I do
No,
not
actually,
believe
Oh,
so.
no. I think you did because I remember saying, "Oh, there's some nonsense gonna happen there." But that's
yeah.
what this is for, so you can put that there and remember.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
Play the
you
video
played.
back.
Yeah, yeah, we'll play that back.
Okay,
Right.
sure.
All right. So these guys just chill here. Mr. Oops basically creates an arena. These guys are going to stay here, and the result's
Yep.
going to be the same until things happen, right? All right. So the token passes. It's your turn to be the space line.
Oh, it's all me, huh?
Mm-hmm. So now we continue. That was a 1 full round to play. And, pay attention to what they don't have and what's in the battlefield and go ham.
Hmm. I will. I'm just gonna deploy a card here. That's it. No plan.
Like Chris.
All right. So I get to choose which of my cards I want to do. So what I think I'm about to do is do do do. I don't like any of this that's happening over here. And so I'm going to play this in 5 face up. And because I'm playing it face up, enemies cannot move into or out of this battlefield.
Oh, that's whack.
Okay. Well, that's annoying. Okay. Let's see. I'm
Yeah.
going to go now. We are going to weep. Do I make it? See, I could make another lion, but I have to play another 0 face up. And last time I almost got deleted, so maybe not. I'm just going to put a card face down here and pass.
Okay. Well, Chris, my options are really limited, let me tell you. Hmm.
I mean, you know what's going on over
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I'm gonna plan. I'm gonna recover Malik. And then I'm gonna deploy here. Over to you, Crows.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, I enjoy what you did over there, Viddy. So I'm going to do the same thing. But
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah, I'm going to play a card face down over here.
Oh,
All
yes.
right, Chris?
Okay, I'm going to. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to play my worker face up over here, right, and get another lion. Um, I'm going to upgrade. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh man, we're gonna upgrade this mystery card.
Mystery
Whoopsie daisy.
card. What
That
was
sounds
that?
hilarious.
Yeah, the upgrade says wherever it may be. So, I probably did that in a poor order.
What was that? What is
But
that card?
well, you should know it's Trey
Okay.
because I upgraded him. But it's a mystery card, so
I see the legendary mystery card.
we're gonna also plan this and deploy a unit here and here. Right? Go ahead.
Does that count as an enemy unit?
Yes.
Does.
Does that mean it can't be there?
Oh, move with an effect like your scouts. You can still deploy them.
Yeah.
Oh, the more you know.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that guy doesn't just soft lock you out of playing. So
That would be rude.
I really thought.
I mean, you could continue to think that. That's up to you. We're not going to stop you.
that'd be ridiculous.
Whenever I flip this, I guess if Mr. Oops is here, they're gonna stay like that. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I will just deploy this face up here for now. And I'm done.
Alright. Well, I'm going to play this card face down over here because I don't like that little mini-me Chris put over there with his worker. That annoyed me.
So you got a 1, 0, 2. So one of these is a 3 and one of these is a 4. Okay. Got it. So I have a choice here. If this hits me, I'm going to be devastated.
Keep in mind, Chris, my 3 makes 3 little guys, too. Or wait,
I
no,
think
it
that's the
doesn't.
point.
Sorry, that's the 0. My bad. The
I was
3... Sorry, my bad.
lol. Let me think. This guy's gonna destroy me, dude.
Just let it happen.
I can't stop both of them. I have a hacker, and I could if I put it here, then you still have 1 card left, so I can just get crushed. So what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I do that. Pass.
Okay. I really kind of wanted to win over there, Chris.
Oh, you still can. You still have a card in your hand.
Yeah, I didn't want to play it there though.
I mean, maybe you do. I don't know what it is, but I mean, if it is the card, I think it is.
I don't think you know what card it is.
I mean, I don't know, but you know.
Chris, you've deployed only 2 units? Are you out of cards?
He's out of cards.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because they've been on the board the whole game.
Yeah. Well, no, I played 3 because I also played face up in the middle. Because
Right.
Psalm Warrior. Yes, that's right.
Okay. I'm gonna deploy here.
God. Okay. Afraid of that.
I didn't want to have to do this, Chris.
All right, crows can't do anything, so I'm going to take my last one, and I'm going to.
Don't be rude.
If I put this here, there's a good chance we'll tie. But if this is a 4, then no, let's just go for the L.
Don't be rude, Chris.
No, because see, here's the thing. I could put it here, and I'm pretty sure I can win here, which is great. But I'm causing a group, and I'll be down 4 cards next round. So I'm actually going to do this and take a different approach. Making 2 groups is very good, and you can just like nope out of one you think you're going to lose, but also it's a cost. All right, so let's I'm done. Let's reveal.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh god.
Okay. So I am winning here, right?
It's gonna be a tie, I think. Oh, first of all, pick up your exhausted cards.
Yep.
Oh, this is a clash, huh?
Yeah.
We'll just call that demon head over there.
What's going on over here? How many? Oh my goodness. So, does he get to choose which of his battle effects goes first for the battle decree?
Yeah, so he basically is gonna lose one.
Oh. Okay. Let's just do over there, I suppose.
Okay, that's a 4. I lose.
Yes, you do.
This guy goes back to my hand.
That guy goes back to my hand.
I was afraid of this.
Let's go ahead and do the middle.
I am so sad. I was like, as long as that's not a 4, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
So this guy makes all card units here 4. So I have
Mhm.
4. I have 5. Crows is 8.
Yeah.
All right, so I take damage and you lose 1 here.
Okay.
And then you just go back to your hand. But crows
And-
are exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do here.
But mine, actually, the 1 does not get exhausted. That 2 stays in play.
Yep. And we'll go over here. Where are we going next?
Right here.
All right, so
I do not have any battle effects.
all right, so mine makes 6 or lower 0, and gets exhausted.
Okay.
I upgraded it, so you must exhaust a card from hand too.
Oh my goodness. Could you not?
I'm sorry. Oh
I'm
man.
gonna not have a lot. Okay.
Okay. And then it's 3 plus 1, and I have 3 plus 1,
So we clash.
so we tie.
Okay. Do I get my
This
thing?
guy's all these cards get limited. You get what thing? Oh yeah, you got a decree.
I get a decree.
If you lost that lane, Trey would have forced you to exhaust another card.
I think I'm gonna do that. Seems fine. Okay. And this also, since it was grouped, or since... Hold on. Yeah. Since it was grouped, it goes here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we do this.
Cool.
I do not
Use your
have...
battle effects.
Oh, I should have moved that. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I choose my Dembird's battle effect to go first, which means it gets, negated.
Sure.
And then my Kudzu Gardener deploys 3 little Kudzu tokens. Now, Chris, it says deploy 3. Does that mean they could deploy anywhere or just in the lane?
It's always in the battlefield, unless you become overgrown, which you are not.
Yes, correct. So these little boys start, rooting their way to the surface and consuming this little battlefield here.
Mm-hmm.
And currently, the 6 is now a 4 due to I have 1 exhausted unit.
Right.
And so it'd be 7 versus 7, but now with these 3 little tokens,
Right.
it's a 10 right here.
So I lose, and
Yep.
all the units here are limited.
They all go away.
Wow. Wow, that's rude. That's really rude.
Well, I am gonna lose, so...
Wait, because of... Don't the decrees go away when she loses, or...
No, they're
Oh.
basically indefinitely.
So rude.
And then the lion token passes.
Yep.
All right, Crows, you're up. Enjoy your 2 cards.
Me too.
That is correct.
Alright, Crows, hear me out. Let's team up on Chris.
An interesting offer.
Come on, gentleman's agreement. We don't attack each other at all, and we go for Chris.
I like this.
Alright,
Let's go after the creator.
Wow.
So in honor of that, I'm gonna plan my mushroom mule, and that allows me to exhaust a unit I control to recover one of my units that's exhausted. And currently, my I could exhaust something in my hand, right?
Yeah, you can exhaust a unit you control, as in like a plant, like this.
Yeah, but could it be my hand too?
No, it has to be on the board.
Oh, it has to be on the board.
It would have been nice if it was, a token, but cleared those out.
Oh no, I was even if the card was in my hand.
I'm not sure you're asking. Like, you need to exhaust a card from the board.
No, it just says
unit from the
exhaust a unit I control to recover one of my exhausted units. It doesn't say where it has to be from. It's mushroom mule.
I see. I'm not gonna lie. I meant the battlefield, but we can play it as written. You can exhaust a
Okay.
card from your hand. And I will open my
That
little
is
dev sheet here and make a note.
one of those things. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna put Mr. Oops into play right here, face up.
Okay.
So have fun, Chris.
All right. Thinking. I do want Cross to lose.
You want Crows to lose?
You have no cards in your hand? Like, really? Oh my god. Okay. This one Marine should have died a long time ago. So there should be 2 there. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, that's the first card deployed here, so you get to know it.
Hey.
I might as well use his lead effect. Fine. So now when a
Sure.
unit's played. Okay.
Okay, here, let me put the face up indicator up here for Mr. Oops.
I'm going to plan and recover an exhausted unit. I know this may come as a surprise, but it's Malik.
And you're putting him face up over here, right?
I'm putting him face up right there, where he belongs.
Wow.
Over to you, Chris.
Well, I can't do anything, so I have to pass.
Oh my god, yes. I'm gonna take you for a ride. Go ahead.
What is this, Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
I'm gonna take you for a... It's funny you say that, because the art style is based on that game.
It is, exactly.
I don't even know.
Keep in mind, the whole middle thing means Chris will win if that 4 goes unopposed.
Yeah, I'm gonna plan this to move a decree.
Wow.
Thought you were gonna nuke that, huh?
God. Okay, that's well played.
But Chris is going to win the middle, though,
Yeah.
and you're going to take a damage and lose.
Oh, I'm dead regardless. You're the battle master though. You get to choose.
But everything still resolves.
Yeah, I'll play a card.
Yeah.
I still think that it's probably game. We'll finish it out. I put a card here. You guys got no more cards. I'll put one more. Oh, wait.
How is it game? I'm really interested to see.
I guess okay. I'll just take the double. For a second, I thought I was gonna lose here, but no, it's just double. Okay. Just gonna do this. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Let's reveal.
Cool. Now all of the cards currently in our exhaust come back to our hands.
Man, the thing is, if you lived this turn, then I would be a huge disadvantage next turn.
So, Chris, you gonna?
Yep, I am seeing what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
Preparing to take the L.
No, there's no L that's about to happen here, Chris.
That's a lie.
So your double damage only happens if it's 5 more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh. Well then. Okay, let's play it out.
Wait, why does it say 5 and have 5 or more than each other player?
I guess if it was in the middle, then I have to beat both.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's resolve the lane over here with Malik first.
Alright.
Lol.
Would you like to use your nuke?
I have it negated, so I flip it face down for no reason. I'll
Yeah,
pass.
Okay.
I didn't even think about that nulling my nuke. That's pretty good.
Alright.
Okay. So let's play the middle out. I have no attacks or no battle effects to use here. Chris?
All right. Take damage.
Okay. I take 1.
And that finishes you off.
Good night.
Right.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Brian.
Hello.
Special guest, Brian McKay,
Oh, wow.
the designer of Pocket Paragons.
You mean the game where you fight your opponent until they're dead?
Original idea, do not steal.
All right, Kuros, I take you for a ride over here.
Yep.
.mp3.
Got
Yes, you
used.
do.
Oh, but he's
It's
still
very
got
sad.
tower health left.
I do.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize it.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
alive.
I am alive. That's what I was waiting for Chris to realize.
You'll never kill him alive.
So I
Damn.
do flip because I get double damaged,
Yeah.
and this goes back to my hand.
Is it not? Did it get
This guy
limited?
should have been my hand. No, Mr. Oops.
Nope.
You played him face up, right?
Oh yeah, Mr. Yeah, it stays. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right. I got the token now. Those guys stay there. You can deal with this. And Viddy's dead. I apologize.
Oh, yeah. I'm
So now-
super done.
This battlefield, like, connect, right? So we'll do one more round. And Viddy's
Oh.
eliminated. I will burn down your castles.
Not
Mhm.
my castles.
All right. I'm gonna.
What's up, Chris?
Okay. I'll play this guy face up. Then I'll
Okay.
play this guy. Go ahead. If you eke out a win, I'm gonna be mad, dude.
It's a close
You had
game.
one card in your hand.
Well, so all of the decrees are gone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Coolness. And you have 2 tokens over there, right? Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Pass.
No. Why would I pass, Chris? The knight is young.
If this hit me earlier, I would have lost.
The Malik, yeah, that was my one.
All right, Chris.
All right. Go ahead.
Cool. Hold on, let me just read Gibby real fast. Okay, cool.
Get a token.
Yep.
Right. All
Go
right.
for it.
Play mystery card here and get a token. Okay, I have all my entire board in play. All right, I pass.
Okay. So then, my final move. Whatever happens here, it's live or die time. So these have to be the 6, 5, and 4, the 0 and 2. That means one has to be a 3, and one has to be a 1.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
And you want to know what? Just to have some fun, we're gonna plan.
Crows is feeling confident.
He really is.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Crows 2-0'd me earlier, so he probably is gonna beat me right
Oh, I see.
now.
You guys got a
And do you
warm-up
pass?
game.
Yeah.
Because I could plan again if I wanted to, which I do. I
Can
definitely do,
you
Chris.
plan after you've deployed your 4th card?
Oh no. I'm sorry. Was that your
Oh.
4th card, Crows? Then that's your
Yeah.
last round. Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's over. My bad. I got confused because Mr. Oops.
Fair.
All right. Let's reveal.
Okay.
But
Well, this
can't
is
he
gonna be.
plan the turn he plays his 4th card?
He can. Did you just want to say you did that?
Or is that? I'm sorry, I've been
You
paying
did
attention.
plan the.
I did plan. Yeah, I did
Oh,
plan
okay,
something.
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
No sunbirds for crows then.
Some birds. Oh my god. I swear to
Harry,
God,
Chris, the world is your oyster.
I think
Yep.
I lose, dude.
I think you do too.
Well, you still have your nuke.
I do.
What do you want to do? Is
There's
the
nothing.
question.
I definitely lose there. Over here you got 7 to my 6. No, to my 4. Lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just game. I lose literally all of
You gotta do him.
them.
Yeah, choose.
For
It
the
doesn't-
sake of the viewer.
Oh, is this
So
being
just-
recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh no.
For
I have the
posterity.
nuke, but it doesn't matter. Okay, we'll do this one first, right?
The middle.
All right. Yeah, so I'll do my battle effect.
Okay.
I can't. You're palm warrior. Oh my
Yes, that's
God.
correct. I played it
Oh, no,
face up.
oh, you,
I just
did
didn't have
you?
another token.
Okay, I'll clone that for you next time. All right. So L, right? These guys get my worker back. These guys get exhausted.
Did you want to explain that when you hit 0 health, you don't die?
Yeah. So you check for defeat at the end of the round. I'll say that there's going to be a couple modes. There's going to be like a 2v2 mode, like a blitz mode where you play 4 cards at the same time, and it changes the way you check for defeat at the end. But the normal way is at the end of the round. So, we're going to resolve all these, and then whoever has the most health will win. So let's say that I hit Crows and we're tied. He would win because he has an extra tower. That's what works. All right, we'll go over here. Your lion deletes this and this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have no battle effects. So, no, dude, these
What?
are exhausted.
Oh no.
So Mr. Oops is a 2. You
Oh
lose that.
no!
Wait, did you get your 2 Kudzu for this?
Oh, no, he wins. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, so then your lion makes 2 of these
Yeah,
because he hit 2 units. Okay,
yes I did.
so your actual score here is 5. So you win here by 1. Wow, dude. Right.
Oof.
Oh man, I almost
Cool.
tied the game. Right.
And
These
wait,
are
no, they're persistent, so
Oh, you're
now
right.
let's
My
play this
bad.
final thing. Let's
Okay. All right.
do
I
you
try to
final
hack.
effects.
I try to hack
Nope.
5 or higher. I miss. Your turn.
And I get to deploy 3 more Kudzu tokens over here
All right.
because
So
that's
5
my
to
power.
6. 5 to 3. That puts me at
3.
-1.
Yep.
Right. So you win.
You were
Get
negative
wrecked.
1 over here. So
So
you're
negative
negative
2.
2, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So the negative health is to check just for tie-breaking situations. If I took -2 and Crow's at just flat 0, then he would win.
And
But
that
also
is a game of Space Lion.
you cheesed out
GG's.
a win. So you, I thought I had you with the Mr. Oops.
Wasn't it the past 2 games as well, though?
No, you won. Yeah, you won the last 2.
Yeah. You thought you had me also that last one as well.
I had the designer's curse. 15% debuff to win rate. So yeah, that's Spaceline. We played. Thank you for watching. We'll be doing other games with different player counts and different armies throughout the campaign.
Yep.
Check it out.
We have it live on Tabletop Simulator as well as Tabletopopia. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Tabletopia?
Tabletopia.
Yep.
And yeah, you can play this mods like right now. But
It's
also
you
note
can play
that
it in
this
your
is
browser.
yeah, playing your browser is pretty cool. You can do like
Mhm.
a seat pass. But this is a beta build, so the balance of the cards is subject to change by the time the game releases. Jump onto the Discord, let us know what you think, and we can balance the game based on everyone's feedback. And we've been getting a lot of good feedback already. I'm
Yep.
really excited that people are enjoying it and helping us make a better game.
Yep. And check it out on Kickstarter. We're still live. We're going for another 18, 19 days right now.
Yeah, it's like
Please join.
3 weeks left. We just started, so yeah.
Yeah. It's just getting started. So thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks Chris and Vidi. And I'm Big Crows. Stay tuned for more next time right here at Souls Game Studio.
Big Crows, you have never called yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What?